off to get things started. On the move from inside his own 20. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. You start the season top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
And the Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Wants to adjust the pattern. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Vols are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On the move. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Finding open areas. Got the first down and still on his feet. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it and they can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And the Vols in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And the Volunteers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll go with a direct snap. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's a statement by the defense. Offense is trying to get physical. They're running power. They're pulling the backside guard, and you blow the play up in the backfield for a loss.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Vols have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
and these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, if you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll do it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Volunteers! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And how about the wheels for the QB? You could tell, man, he can roll, and they're going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down. Got it behind the line. It's Woods. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Well, the offense trying to attack the perimeter of the field in the passing game. And how about the sweet feet by the receiver on that play?
Who doesn't like a little dash of the yards with their football? A little ballet moment. The Eagles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
And the Eagles are flying down the field. On the move, it's Murray. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the snap, it's Woods. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
The Eagles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Running back searching for a hole. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense.
There he goes! Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
And the defense, man, playing aggressive, playing uphill, playing in the backfield. Nice job getting penetration, getting that pass before it really even gets started. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Nice job by the defense.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
But listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. It looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a second.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Some hand fighting at the point of the catch will draw the penalty, but this one is going to go against the offense. This defense has been able to force a couple of 3rd downs, but they haven't been able to get the stop. Can they do it this time? Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got it. And they're able to make the tackle.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So here is the Tennessee offense. Both teams scored on their first possessions, but now a chance to send a message that field goals aren't going to win this game. Touchdowns will. Trying to start the drive with a pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. Connection to the right. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
That's a pretty impressive throw, man. That's given me Peyton Manning to Peerless Price memories back when I was watching them, playing against them in college. That was a thing of beauty right there. There's a nice chemistry that this quarterback has with his group of wide receivers, and you see that in the timing of these throws.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Offensively, you want to run that counter, right, to try to take advantage of hyperactive defenses, but just poor execution. Not a good job of understanding where I need to go when I bounce that thing backside, and it bounced outside. You want to take that thing inside, so the offense needs to operate a little bit better and maybe not run as much counter because the defense got in there pretty quick.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He fires to the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Vols line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Makes a grab at the 10. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Joe.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Action fake. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football. Now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got hit quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's 4th down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David. Intercepted. Yes, even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Eagles! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their...
There he goes! They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
And the Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run the counter. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
The counter play is a great play to mix in because defensively, you're not looking for the counter. You're looking to attack, attack, attack. All of a sudden, two guys pull across the formation. Now you got to change your direction really quickly, and it keeps you off balance and really keeps you on your heels.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Vols look to do some damage in the red zone. The give on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown ball!
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Getting in for the touchdown. They now take a one-possession lead here with just a little bit of time left in the first half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Pulls and fires complete. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And the Eagles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Makes the grab. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And as he throws, incomplete. incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. With the catch, it's Woods. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Just enough time to get off one more snap. He's inside the 15. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. It's now a one-point game, 14-13. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Volunteers will kick it away to crank up the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Off the play fake. Keeps looking downfield. He's going to run it. That's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Everett. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Wants to throw on 1st down. grabbed in the backfield. It's Woods. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of air. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football, just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
So here is the Tennessee offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out and they were stopped. Oh, he's got some space. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Power football with the run. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Out of the gun, the inside give. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Now on second down. Quick completion to the right. Turning it on. He's at the touchdown, Eagles. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
Zings it complete to the right. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 66 yards to the end zone. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Finds some room. Pass the tag. Touchdown, Volunteers. They take the lead with the 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to bring down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Looking for space, it's Murray. Brings it to the open. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
That ought to be enough to move the chains and give Georgia Southern a first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And they swarm him under. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Defense showing blitz here. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Racing to the right. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And that's 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Just continuing to find the end zone, continuing to make plays. This guy is on pace for a great season. He's put the college football world on notice.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Missouri is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 21 over Kansas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
And the Vols can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Finds a man on the left. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. And the Volunteers are rolling down the field.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Can't wait to see how this 4th quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking for a crease. It's Duke. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Working that left side now. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Touchdown ball! They move on top here in the 4th.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Intercepted, the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Tennessee! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
Great play by the defense, taking that back for a pick six. And as a quarterback, if you're going to throw to your running back, you've got to be accurate with it. Remember, they are not receivers. And if you make it difficult and tricky, bad things happen, and it did right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Georgia Southern, 28.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Caught behind the line. It's Woods. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
When you run this out route, you know you're starting to get close to the sidelines. I know I got to start slowing down and find a way to drag or get one toe, a pinky toe, a big toe, whatever I can inbounds. Nice effort, nice catch, way to keep something in bounds.
The Eagles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires downfield. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. Gonna look downfield again. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Play number 9 on this drive. He'll keep it himself. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1. Georgia Southern in a hurry. someone moved a little bit early, offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the goal line. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Using his feet. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Eagles!
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nothing but green grass down the middle. The 30. The 10. Touchdown Volunteer. Once he got some room, it was over.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 5 over Iowa State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Fires to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple of possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision.
And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the defense jumps on it. that turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The pull and throw off the RPO. There he goes. Touchdown ball. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
56, Georgia Southern, 35.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Here's the pressure. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a 1st down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. He'll pull it down and run. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. That ought to be enough to move the chains and give Georgia Southern a first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to throw on first down. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with the victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Wants to go up top. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They have got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. He's got him. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Grab near the marker. It's Woods. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, this quarterback has been dialed in all game long. He's making outstanding decisions, and he's been so accurate throwing the football. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
Finds his man. It's Murray. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations.